about the fact that this guy was running this for decades. He was doing this for decades to who knows how many people, and everybody was scared to talk about it because he'd have them killed. Their thing is to do something that is horrible. I think there's like a sickness that people have when they have power, like extreme power, and then they, well, what else can I do? What else can I do? What else is what else is taboo? What else is forbidden? Like all this Diddy that's coming. I think there's so many powerful people that are on those lists. There's so many powerful people that went and partied. Air quotes, partied. And how many of them went to the Diddy parties? Have you been paying attention to the trial?
Everybody's losing it in the comments, trying to decode exactly who 50 Cent was really aiming at in that Diddy docuseries. But hold up, Joe Rogan just shook the whole conversation by pointing out that some very familiar faces never got mentioned at all. And listen, nobody believes that was accidental. Because when a federal case starts dominating the news cycle, the real story isn't only about who gets exposed first. It's about who suddenly goes quiet, who stops popping out, who creates distance, who moves like they feel the heat shifting their way. And girl, right now, one name keeps bubbling up way louder than anyone expected: Ellen DeGeneres. As the Diddy conversation flared back up, Ellen basically vanished from public view. She relocated quietly, surfaced in England, and has stayed extremely low profile ever since. On paper, the explanation was political. She supposedly didn't like how things played out after the 2024 election and wanted peace. That's the official storyline. But online, people are reading that move very differently. Not politics, more like pressure. Because once a major scandal trends again, history doesn't stay hidden. Old footage resurfaces, relationships get reanalyzed, and sudden disappearances. Listen up. This is where Diddy slides straight into the conversation. Ellen and Diddy weren't just casual industry acquaintances. They looked tight, like genuinely comfortable around each other. He popped up on her show all the time, joking, laughing, leaning into that party image like it was nothing serious. Back then, it felt like harmless TV moments. But hold up, through today's lens, those same clips land very differently, way differently. Because once the narrative shifts, old footage stops feeling playful and starts feeling like a receipt. Not hard evidence, but something you can't unsee. And girl, it doesn't stop there. With non-stop talk about Diddy's late-night world and whispers about private recordings, people are reanalyzing anyone who ever stood close to him. And when the internet decides to lock in, it doesn't tiptoe, it tracks. For years, there have been murmurs that Ellen's off-camera life didn't always line up with the polished daytime image. Past relationships resurface, breakups get re-examined, and folks question whether everything really ended randomly. Then add the Twitch angle. Steven, the show's DJ, wasn't just background. He felt like inner circle family. His death shook viewers deeply, and even though the official explanation has been public forever, theories still resurface online. Not facts, just speculation that flares up whenever bigger stories break. That's the cycle. Once people smell smoke, they search every room for flames. Put it all together, Ellen staying low, switching up her appearance, keeping out of sight, while the Diddy headlines keep shifting and the rumor mill keeps spinning with new names. So the real question is this: if the spotlight swings back, does Ellen stay in the shadows, or does her name resurface again? And that leads us to the next name, Ashton Kutcher. Because when timelines get re-examined, it's never just about actions. It's about location, company, and how comfortable you looked in those spaces. Old clips are trending again, and people say Ashton looks way too at ease in those elite party scenes, smiling, dancing, soaking it in, not like a guest passing through. And things got uncomfortable fast when he was asked about those parties publicly. Instead of a clear denial, viewers noticed the pauses, awkward laughs, and scattered answers, the kind of reaction that screams, "Girl, there's more not being said."
These stories are our favorite genre of anecdote, if you have one, yeah.
Wow, okay, I've got a lot I can't tell. I can't tell that one either. I mean, I'm like actually cycling through them. Diddy party stories, man. That was like some weird memory.
Hold up, things got way heavier once people remembered that Ashton, along with Milo, actually wrote letters in support of Danny Masterson after his conviction. That fallout forced Ashton to step away from the anti-trafficking nonprofit he helped launch, and the timing raised eyebrows everywhere. And girl, for a lot of viewers, that wasn't just messy PR. It felt like a serious moral checkpoint. Because once the public decides a whole circle feels off, anyone who defends someone from that circle gets dragged right into the storm. Now mix in all the rumors about unseen footage, random names being floated online, and Ashton's history popping up in those same party environments. Suddenly, the narrative feels off. He says he was just nearby, nothing more. But listen to this. The real question people keep asking is how involved was Ashton actually in Diddy's chaotic universe? And once that thought sticks, it doesn't stop with him, because the internet never chases one person. It chases connections. Which brings us straight to the next name, Russell Brand. At first, most folks shrugged it off as internet noise. Then old videos resurfaced, Russell Brand and Diddy on a private jet laughing it up. And girl, just that visual alone had people looking sideways.
Yo, what's up, y'all? We are on the plane right now, on our way to Vegas. It's called What Happens in Vegas Stays in Vegas. I'm here with this is my new best friend right here. My new best friend. Hello. Rusty Rocket.
Is this for Twitter?
Yeah, yes, also known now on like a date. A straight guy date. Like to a guy's night, 48 hours.
With a normal date between like a man and a woman, just two gay men or lesbian women, the best possible.
And in one resurfaced clip, listen closely, Brand openly talks about feeling steered, almost trapped, like he didn't truly have the freedom to push back and had to ride with whatever was unfolding.
He's new to me, right? He looked after me. He took me on an enforced holiday to Vegas. He's a very intense man because I think he come from nothing and now he's very, very powerful. People that do stuff like that, they're intense. Now, I like him. He's very influential. Say that you don't want to do something and Diddy does want you to do it. It's really hard to not do that thing.
Is it the mind or?
He's a bit like the mind. He's very influential.
So, with all the renewed chatter about Diddy's alleged power plays and what really went on behind closed doors, people are linking pieces together at lightning speed. The big question keeps coming up. Just how deep was Russell Brand pulled into that orbit? Was he simply nearby, or did he see things most outsiders never get close enough to witness? That's exactly why the timeline and those resurfaced clips are forcing people to reevaluate everything they thought they understood. Now, Paris Hilton's name keeps circling back into the discussion. And girl, she wasn't a background character at those events. She was a regular fixture, front and center for years. She was at the major parties, the all-white affairs, the over-the-top birthday celebrations, the nights everyone talked about, you name it. Now those old photos and throwback videos are popping back up, being watched through a completely different lens. And let's be real, she wasn't exactly quiet about praising that scene when it was all happening either.
The best party I've ever been to was at Blank's house.
Puffy's 50th birthday. It was so sick.
Yeah.
Epic.
People are resurfacing that 2017 Paris Hilton post that's going viral all over again, where she hyped one of Diddy's house parties like it was absolutely iconic. She praised the night, called him gifted, said the vibe was crazy, even dropped that heart of gold phrase, and now every word is being dissected. One comment flat out says, "Hold up, she was at those parties? You know what that implies?" Another points out how that heart of gold line feels different now, because when the energy shifts, compliments start reading like evidence. Not proof, but a snapshot of what people were saying before anyone felt nervous. So now the questions are everywhere. Did she just pull up, have fun, and leave? Or did she see more than people ever realized? How much did she actually know about what went on behind closed doors? And if she knew, was silence part of the deal? And girl, right as that question hits, the conversation gets heavier, because the internet doesn't stop at guests. It zooms in on the inner circle, sliding straight to the next name, Kim Porter. Kim's timeline has been questioned for years, and online it still feels unresolved. Not because there's proof, but because unanswered stories grow their own shadows. Let's be honest for a second. Kim wasn't just adjacent, she was Diddy's longtime partner and the mother of his children, meaning she was deep inside that world for years. Because of that, people keep wondering if she witnessed things the public never saw. Arguments, private moments, cracks in the image. Then she fell ill, pneumonia according to official reports, but the internet did what it always does. Some called the timing strange, others said it was too convenient, and the theories never stopped spinning. Nothing confirmed, just the kind of speculation that grows when people feel like the truth never fully came out.
Died from pneumonia, but there's the first coroner's report that said it was ruled a homicide and they found toxins in her body to prove that she had been poisoned. You know, they have poisons that create heart attack and pneumonia-like symptoms.
Once the crowd starts peeling back the layers, listen to this. They don't stop at partners. They start scanning family too. Because when a story feels bigger than one person, folks assume the entire ecosystem around them had influence in how everything unfolded. One name suddenly getting heavy attention: Janice Combs, Diddy's mother. Online, she's no longer just framed as the supportive mom in the background. Some people paint it like she recognized the game early, understood the power dynamics, the charisma, the control, and helped mold how that empire moved. And girl, now people claim she wasn't just watching from the sidelines, which is why old clips and subtle moments are being pulled back into the light to fuel those theories.
Yeah, my mom's good. What's up, Mom?
Everything's good, baby. I'm here with you.
Yeah.
I love you.
I love you too.
Footage can be twisted 1,000 different ways, especially when the same viral clips keep replaying on a loop. Whether any of it actually proves something or not, those visuals keep feeding speculation, and online, that's not helping her image at all. So now the question gets louder. Was she simply defending her son, or was she quietly involved in how the whole operation functioned behind closed doors? Now, slide over to Young Miami, and let's be real, nobody's shocked she's in this discussion. She stayed publicly 10 toes down through everything, even as leaked videos and nonstop headlines turned the situation messy. People remember her backing him, talking about therapy, self-work, inner healing, and growth, language that hits very different once the spotlight turns harsh.
That I've come to know over the past 4 years. So she talks about in those years how they were in a public relationship. And she says she came to know a completely different person. She says that Diddy motivated her. He believed in her. He helped her grow both professionally and personally. And she says that she's writing this letter because she believes it's important to the court to know.
But a lot of critics aren't buying that explanation at all. They see benefits instead. The private jets, luxury gifts, exclusive access most people never touch. One viral comment put it bluntly: she's in it for the bag. And once that idea lands, the rumors start stacking fast. People claim she was present in those late-night circles too, pointing to symbols and tiny online details like the white nails comparisons that refuse to disappear. None of it is confirmed, but it spreads because it fits the narrative people already believe. And once a storyline locks in, even the smallest coincidence starts getting treated like evidence. Now the talk sounds like this: if the ship starts going down, anyone still on deck could sink with it, especially if more names surface or unseen footage pops up. So what's really going on behind closed doors? Who's actually loyal, and who might be sitting on information that could flip everything upside down? Drop your thoughts in the comments, and if you're here for unfiltered breakdowns and real timelines, hit like, subscribe, and top the next video on your screen right now.